Carry the gun, oh, I'm bicycle, ṣé ẹ bá ń gbọ́ mi ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀, ṣé ẹ bá ń gbọ́ mi tẹ́ bá wà nílé ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ń gbádùn mi. bí mo ṣe wọlé ètò lẹ́nu jẹ́ kí n rántí ìgbà tí mo wà ní rédíò Lagos Èkó FM tiwantiwa mìtíìtì. lọ́dún yẹn lọ́hùn wá máa pè mí ní loose mouth lórí ètò ta ló wà lẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ lórí tiwantiwa mìtíìtì. àwọn àsìkò tá à ń sọ yìí mo lè má lówó lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n Ìkòròdú ni mò ń gbé tí n bá ti mọ́kadà kí á mo ti dé Kẹjà owó sí lọ́wọ́ mi àmọ́ ayọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ lọ torí afẹ́fẹ́ ló máa ń wà nù mí. èyí tó túmọ̀ sí ni pé gbogbo tó ní kálukú bá ń ṣe láyé ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ wípé ó máa já sójú ẹ̀ ńjọ́ kan ó máa ń dàbí pé inú igbó tó dín là ń gé ẹ gbàgbé ẹ máa bó sójú ẹ̀. gbogbo àsìkò tá à ń sọ yìí bí kí n yáwó ọ̀kadà lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kí n ṣáà ti dé rédíò Lagos Èkó FM kán lè gbóhùn pé mo wà lórí afẹ́fẹ́. ṣé ẹ gbọ́ ohun tẹ́ni tó ń ràpù yẹn ń sọ ẹ̀gbọ́n Ṣẹ́gun nìyẹn DJ lọ́dọ̀ Bàjásà ó ní pé àìmọye nǹkan tó tún ti rí tásìkò bá ti tó tiẹ̀ dé náà nìyẹn mo rántí ọdún yẹn lọ́hùn bá ti kúrò rédíò Lagos Èkó FM àwa jókòó sí Fẹ́mínà máa wẹ̀ta fún wa lówó mọ́tò padà sí Ìkòròdú. mi ò sọ pé rédíò Lagos ò fún wa lówó àmọ́ owó tó fún wa bóyá wọ́n fún wa 5,000 lóṣù. a sì gbọ́dọ̀ má wá sórí afẹ́fẹ́ tá a bá fẹ́ kí pòdúsà bínú. ibi tá a ti ń kàn òkàn wọ́n káṣá àti délé Lagos Èkó FM tiwantiwa mìtíìtì kẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ ta ló wà lẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ o ta ló wà lẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ládùúgbò yín. gbogbo ń tá a lọ ṣe tá a mọ́kadà láti Ìkòròdú yìí 30 minutes ní olórí afẹ́fẹ́ èmi àti Dégà ọmọ Ládégà ìyẹn ti wà ní politics báyìí. a máa sáré kìtìkìtì kàtàkàtà a máa mọ́kadà bí 1,000-1,500 láti Ìkòròdú dé Kẹjà àgbà mi àmúdọ́jọ́ta àgbórí bíríìjì Ọjọ́ta tá a bá ti bọ́ express a máa wọ márúwá kọ́lọ̀ ń ṣàánú wa. 5,000 tó tún fún wa lóṣooṣù yẹn gbogbo ìgbà kan náà ní máa ń pé ìgbà míì wọ́n á tún yọ ń bẹ̀. What am I saying is this: whatever you are doing now, keep doing it. Who knows? Somebody is looking at you. You are preparing yourself for the future. You are preparing yourself for that time when nobody will say he's not qualified. Whatever you are going through now, my brother, my sister, you're just packaging your resume. When the time comes, nobody will say no to you. Gbogbo èèyàn kan ló mọ story ẹ ṣùgbọ́n ńgbà tó bá blow wá gbọ́ pàdé mi ní àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní sọ́mọ̀yà tó jẹ́. That is not why I'm on live this morning. I don't know where this is coming from. I was just looking for a song to play and I saw this song and I'm like, you know what? Let me connect with somebody. Maybe somebody is listening to me. Maybe you are not ready for your own menopause. That's what we are discussing this morning. But when I heard this song, I felt, you know what? Let people hear your story a little bit. You don't say now. What's it pen now? mo rántí àwọn ọgbà yẹn ńgbà tí mo wà rédíò tí mo tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ MyTV mo wà ní Laspotech Ìsọlọ̀ ní mo ń gbé ńgbà yẹn a máa gán máa mi àti Dégà a máa jọ láàpúra wa sẹ́sẹ̀ à ń lọ sí MyTV láàárọ̀ torí program 15 minutes ìyẹn ò yọwọ́ o kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run. Minister_8, that's my point. Where you are right now is not where you're going to stay. You're going to somewhere big, somewhere great. Keep pushing. Keep pushing it. The time is coming. Ẹ jẹ́ ń já yín sí nǹkan tẹ́ mọ̀ lẹ́ni tó bá wùn yín kẹ́ rìkọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ ní bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi méjì sẹ́yìn, not ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn, last weekend, like 2 weekends ago, I'm shooting my skit. Ọ̀túnba, that is not okay. Mo wá rí i pé èmi ni mò ń sanwó fáwọn òyìnbó actor àti actress. Wọ́n wá ń bẹ̀ mí pé kí n jọ òyìnbó níyàn o, they are all trained actors and actresses. But they want to be part of what I'm doing. Most of them have to go to my page and like, oh, you have 50,000 followers on Instagram. I want to be part of what you're doing. I just want to see what you guys are doing. I want to be part of your production. Mo wá ń sanwó fún wọn. Ẹ mo wá ní please, can you sign here? Mo yá sign sí bí pé mo ti sanwó fún ẹ. Orí mi wú, mo wá flashback. Èmi loose mouth. Kábíyèsí. Carry the go. Ètò ayé mi ni mo ti ń sọ fún ẹ látàárọ̀ yẹn wọ́n ń wò ó ń bá mi mirí tó o bá fẹ́ support life mi go to Ọ̀túnba's channel Ọ̀túnba's Telly on YouTube kó o subscribe Ọ̀túnba's Telly kó wọ́n náà kó o lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé èmi náà lọ́wọ́ láyé Ọ̀túnba. Àìmásíkò ni o ló ń dámú ẹ̀dá o ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o. Mo ti ráwọn tó bú mi ńgbà kan pé kí ló ń ṣe because ìgbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ satire comedy mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká máa mú nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì nínú ilé ayé picking something that is really happening like the government, like the educational sector, like the medical sector in Nigeria, and I turn into comedy, but people are picking sense out of my comedy. That's what I do then. I was a stand-up comedian, a satire comedian on MyTV. The point is this: whatever you are doing right now, everything might be hard, everything might, it seems like nothing is happening. Bro, sis, something is happening. God is preparing you for that height. By the time you're ready to blow, you have the resume. You have gone through the thick and thin of life. Gold. Whatever you are going through right now, don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep trying. When you stop, that is when you fail. If you are not stopping, you're not going to fail. You will behead. Babeski. Lánàá yìí ẹnìkan ń bẹ̀ mí pé ìjọba mi chef sí mo ní $1,000 ni mò ń gbà last ẹ bá fẹ́ ná ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ what can you afford ẹni yẹn ń bẹ̀ mí mo lé mi náà ni mò ń charge 1,000 ẹni yẹn ní jẹ́ ká ṣe 500 mo ní kó bá manager mi sọ̀rọ̀ bí mo lè gba $500 ara ilé tún ni o mo wá wò pé èmi lose mouth Mr. kò gbèrègbè lẹ́mi tí mo ti lọ ṣe MC rí tán ní ẹ bá mi fún lóúnjẹ o ṣé àbúrò God bless you. Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ẹ má jẹ́ kó mi lé sí mi lójú o. Mo rántí ìjọ kan Márúwá garden mo lọ ṣe MC ní ẹni kí n má bínú kò sówó lè bá mi package ẹran ó bá mi package ẹran tí wọ́n fata yí ló bá mi yí ló bá fún mi mo ti gbàgbé àpò tí mo fi sí inú Guinea tó gan báyìí ni white Guinea. Ìgbà tí mo fẹ́ máa lọ ni wọ́n nìkan sọ fún mi pé MC epo ṣò lápò yín mo ní epo ń bá rí pé ẹran tán fún mi tí mi ò jẹ́ tí mo fi bínú fi sápò epo ẹ̀ tún ti stay ní aṣọ tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rán torí MC wọn ò dẹ̀ fún mi lówó. Ẹ wò ó. Ìgbà kan wà tí mo ti bèrè lọ́wọ́ ìyàwó mi yẹn Jígí mama mo ní kí ló dé tó ṣe fẹ́ mi náà torí ìgbà tó fẹ́ mi mo mà ṣe ń gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ń gbà yẹn ní Laspotech quarters ìyẹn lọ́dọ̀ Mr. Steve gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ Mr. Steve Laspotech ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ni ìyá kan náà bàbá kan náà ló bí a bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí ẹ̀wí ẹ̀ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyàwó mi wò ṣó ni mo máa fẹ́ ẹsẹ́ mo ní lémi lose mouth èmi tó jẹ́ pé MC Radio Lagos Èkó FM MyTV mo fi ń gbéra ká dẹ̀ gba àwọn advert pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ advert 5,000 10,000 ọmọkùnrin ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ CD kásáré bá play ẹ̀ wọ́n á fi bí 1K 15 1,002 sínú CD ńlá fi ń gbéra. I think I saw future in you. I'm going to brand you. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ń bá dà lé ní àwọn tí máa fún credit nìyẹn. Number one, màá kọ́ fún ìyàwó mi Joy Krodu Ìṣètàbí. Oshe, thank you for supporting my dream, because at that time I don't even know what I was doing. I was just there. Mo kàn ṣáà ń ṣe ṣàkọlọ́hún ṣàánú mi. Ẹ wo, Alhamdulillah, ọpẹ́ ni fọ́lọ́run. Ẹ wo, ó kàn wò ṣùṣù ní I'm going to marry. I don't care. I saw future in you, and lo and behold, here I am in America. Kò ń ṣe America nìkan kí n tó kò lé gan mo ti rí, because African Magic wò ṣùṣù ó ní ẹ máa gbé mi sàmì kò gbélé gbé bọ̀. Ọpẹ́ pàtàkì lọ́wọ́ dùn níbàdùn náà torí partner mi nìyẹn náà yẹn tẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́ jù mí lọ́ngbà tó pàdé mi. Òun tí ń wa mọ́tò èmi ṣe mọ́kadà. Ọkàn ni, you know what? This content is a good content. I want to be part of it. Here we are today. She's my partner in business, and all glory be to God Almighty for just looking at me. You know what? I'm going to bless you. Why? Because Moti pay dues me. Bro, sis, pay your dues. If you are paying your dues right now, you will still repeat. Babe, baba ló ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn kọ́ o. Ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ gba yàrá kan lódóńgúnyán, tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ dóńgúnyán Kòròdú, èmi àtọ̀rẹ́ mi kan ní Túnjí Afọláyan, yẹn ti ẹ̀yẹn ń pawó lọ báyìí nsìn l'African Magic. He's one of the best, not one of the best. Lẹ́yìn ọba ti gba African Magic Award back to back as best set designer, as best art director. Ẹ mọ̀ pé orí ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀. Èmi àti ẹ̀jọ́ ń gbé rúmà ní palọ̀, òun rúmù èmi mú palọ̀, a wá pín sí méjì. A máa yọjú àkàrà ọ̀rẹ́ báwo oníkálukú set up yàrá ẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀kùn méjì lówó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Inú mi dùn pé mi náà ní ilé-ẹjọ́ tí mo kọ́kọ́ ra bẹ́ẹ̀dì sí yàrá mi ò sùn sórí ẹ̀, mò ń dóde ìyàwó mi ẹ̀ okùn yẹn ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní gbàgádà, mo fẹ́ kó dé ká tó jọ sùn sórí ẹ̀. Abèsì Ọlọ́run. My point is this: whatever you are going through now is going to get better. Ó máa ń súyàn, ó gbé máa le koko kí ló dé gan. Ó máa wá dàbí ipò mọ̀ ṣe. You've been praying, you've been fasting. Màmá òkúṣọ́ lòun gan gbàdúrà is preparing you for the best. Àìmásìkò ló ń dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Tí mo ṣe pé tí n bá ti fẹ́ ṣe birthday mi ni máa sọ̀tàn ayé mi káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé I don hustle. Gbogbo táàmù tí mò ń sọ yìí, ìyá àti bàbá mi ò rán mi o. Wọ́n rán mi di pé wọ́n ti rán mi lọ school, wọ́n dẹ̀ ló mọ nǹkan tó lọ ṣe, ló fẹ́ ṣe mass comm. Now you're a graduate, you're on your own. Whatever you want to do it. Kí ló fà á? My mom is a teacher, my dad is a pastor in Redeemed Christian Church of God. In fact, wọ́n ti ṣẹ́ débi pé wọ́n ti di elder camp náà ń gbé. Wọ́n wò pé you're on your own now. Ọmọkùnrin ni ẹ́, èmi tó ní last born. Kọ́lọ́hún ṣàánú wa ni. Kókó bẹ̀rẹ̀, n tó bá ń ṣe máa mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe, máa ṣe lọ o. And the time is coming, light is after that tunnel. Keep pushing, keep walking. Baba ló ń ṣe ohun gbogbo. You said I'm talking, baby, Sola 10. If I'm talking to somebody today, let somebody say amen. Thank you, bro. Bye. No, that is on live right now. Thank you. Ó yẹ jẹ́ ká bèrè tó bá a ṣe fẹ́ bèrè tó lénìí Kọ́lá Ọlá bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. Let me pick you. Let's go straight to the point. I've taken your time, but now let's go on live. Let's go there. Let's talk about what we are discussing today. Today's show is about a friend of mine, not a friend. He's a fan of mine who says and who told me I don't know how I'm going to cope with my wife's menopause symptoms. I told people that I understand this topic very well. If you're a medical practitioner, if you're already going through your menopause life cycle, that's the word. You are allowed to come live, tell me what to do, because ẹni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ rí ó pè mí torí pé mo ní báwa àtàrà ètò náà ti tó báyìí. Ẹ já máa sọ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, má bínú, ọ̀rọ̀ ayé mi mo ti sọ díẹ̀ yẹn. Mo máa mọ́jọ́ kan pàtó tí mo máa go live, and let's talk about my life. Let me hear you, let me advise you, and let's talk about that. But right now, ẹ jẹ́ àsọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó níṣòro yìí. Now, if you're a medical practitioner, I need you because I want to learn from you. I want this person to learn from you. The person you're talking about is live already, so the person is going to learn from you too. So, into sọ fún mi rè, màá sọ Yorùbá, màá sọ in English. For all my friends that are always complaining, you know they speak English, most one now. We too, we understand English. We know they understand. We want to be part of the program. The point is that you can come on the program, or you can contribute in English, in Yoruba, in any language you want. You're free. Be free to communicate in any language you want. So let's go there. Ṣé ẹni tí mo sọ yìí ló wà àti ìyàwó òun àwọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ above 40 ni. Ó tiẹ̀ sọ èjì tó ó ní òun 45. Ìyàwó òun ti wà ní 44 something. Pé kò ì pé 45. Ẹbí tẹ̀gbọ́n-tàbúrò làwọn ṣe jẹ́. Ó ní kó tó di pé òun kàn realize pé ìyàwó òun gbogbo ìgbà ló máa ń complain pé òun ò ṣe jọ òun ò ṣe ara òun ò ṣe. Go and call mommy for me. Go and call mommy for me. Yeah, get money for me. Thank you. Pé òun ò ṣe ló ń sọ bí kó complain kó rẹ̀ òun ara òun ò yá kíní kan kí ló ń ṣe yẹ òun tiẹ̀ wá conclude pé it's possible maybe because of iṣẹ́ táwọn jọ ń ṣe torí Canada làwọn méjèèjì ń gbé wá ló ń wò pé it could be because of the job pé bóyá nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn but òun wá realize pé mood swing yẹn gangan tó máa ń ní gbogbo yín tẹ́ kí ò tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo yín náà ní máa pick ní sẹ́ ṣáà ní sùúrù fún mi jẹ́ kí n sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ká tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní advice ra wa lọ. Ó wá ní mood swing yẹn gangan lòun wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wò pé ìyàwó wọn máa ti àbọ̀ 40 kó má jẹ́ pé menopause ti dé nìyẹn o. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ mọ èjì tí menopause máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe research lórí topic èní ni mo wá realize pé that your menopause can come early. Your menopause can be around 45-50 depends on your gene. So mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe homework mi ibẹ̀ mo ti wá rí wípé ó wá lóun wá wò pé ó possible kó jẹ́ pé àwọn ti wọ menopause wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní study ẹ̀ lóun wá rí pé dàbí wípé ìyàwó òun ti ń kọlẹ̀kùn menopause àbí menopause gan ti ń fẹjú mọ́ kí ló fà á ó ní at times she will just come home happy sometimes at home everything goes well she will be happy then the next thing she will just switch owó tiẹ̀ sọ fún pé do you mind to see your doctor wọ́n ní doctor gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ to cut the long story short ó ní òun ti conclude pé ìyàwó òun ti wọ menopause. I asked him about communication. Do you communicate with your wife? Nǹkan tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń sọ fún mi pé you know what babe I don't just understand I just don't feel the urge I think I don't want to do it when I'm ready I will let you know. Ọdẹ nígbà mí kèrèrè tí inú ẹ̀ bá dùn àwọn á ṣe tùngbàgbẹ̀ but the question is this the husband is now complaining the husband is telling me bro ẹ wo èmi gbádùn kínní mo máa ń ṣe back to back báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ cope pẹ̀lú ìyàwó mi torí ó dàbí pé ó ti wọ menopause òun ti conclude àwọn dẹ̀ ti rí doctor pé nǹkan tí doctor kàn sọ ni pé you know what maybe you take your bath before you go to ǹjẹ́ òun fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo yẹn dà ṣé kò máa bẹ̀ kó wẹ̀ ní ká rẹ̀ lè wálé àbí kinní kan kó má ṣiṣẹ́ jù kó kàn. The point is this as an African man like me the guy is not feeling it. You know what yes menopause is here how do I handle menopause as a man my wife is knocking the door already. What do you want me to do? Is it part of the Thomas sọ pé for better for worse? So ní ṣe worse náà nìyẹn pé òun ti use more káwọn máa fọ́ra àwọn lẹ́nu anytime anywhere tó bá ṣe yọ but now it's just turning down. Ó lóun dẹ̀ ti lọ Google òun take time ó dàbí pé my wife don enter am. So the line is open now. If you have the experience let me know if you know what he needs to do or is there any remedy for menopause? Cause mo gbọ́ pé àwọn kan gbà tí wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn kan sọ pé at age of 50 àwọn ṣì ń wà ń ta àwọn ẹ̀ka wo àwọn tó pera wọn ní sugar mommy. I'm going to pick my call solar cookery hold on please I want to be done with this analysis then the moment I open the line we are open that's it. So mo máa wò pé àwọn sugar mommy yẹn tó máa ń gbé àwọn kékèké ó mì pé àwọn sugar mommy at age of 50-60 ó mì wípé àwọn ìyá yẹn wọ́n ṣì ń na àwọ̀ wọn nìyẹn. So if a woman of 50 and 60 still wants sex, why is a lady of 40 or 44 or 43 is not having the urge to have sex? What's going on? So that's my point this morning. And how can the husband manage this? Ṣé kó gba faith ẹni pé wo gàrí ẹnìyẹn máa yán lọ or what are the things he needs to do? Do you think the woman is going to get better at it? Do you think the husband is asking for too much? Those are the things I want us to talk about right now. I've also done my research. I'm going to open my system soon. We will talk about some things I found out on Google. Then we will talk about it. Oh yeah, let's go there. I'm into single and married talk show. Okay, let's do it. Oh yeah, let's go there. Madam,
Yeah, good morning.
good morning. How are you doing, man?
I am fine, and you?
I'm hanging in there. Where are you right now?
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and Egbeda to be precise.
Oh yeah now. You there sumo TB Joseph?
Well, I don't know the place, but I know I'm just living here in Egbeda.
How are you doing, man?
I'm fine.
Now let's go there. Did you understand what we're talking about today? What the fan is my fan, and he's so concerned about what is happening to him right now. Like you said you are into marriage and all that.
Talk show, yes.
Yeah, do me a favor. I want you to talk to the man now. What
You
should
want
the man do?
my shirt on it?
Okay, let's go ahead. Network machine, you know.
Hold on. I'm about to plug and so that we can shed more light on this for people. Honestly, I have people that is going through that, and then just hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I never knew you are going to pick that call. Okay. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See, one thing about marriage, number one, because I watch you a lot. I watch your thing with your wife, Kogberegbe, and I must commend you. I love what you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
I love what you do. Okay, that aside, the question of the day is about menopause.
Yes, ma'am.
The moment a man and a woman got married, let me tell you something. There are things and there are rules that there are rules. This thing is entering my eyes. I'm on live video. Can you hear me too? So there are rules to this game. I call it game because tí ọkùnrin àti ìyàwó tí wọ́n bá ti fẹ́ra wọn, ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé obìnrin yẹn ò lè máa young lọ títí. You can hear me. You cannot be young forever. Likewise, the man, you cannot live young forever because the moment you marry to each other, you know that one day your wife will start getting age. Then your wife will not get younger anymore. Then you know that your wife will start going through some certain age. You understand? So doing that, you must know it for your wife. When the menopause comes, it comes in different form. Some people will get sick, some will get, in fact, I heard it, and some have urge for sex.
Oh, hold on,
yes.
hold on. So you mean some people at menopause, they want more?
Of course, they have urge for sex. There is this teaching, there is this topic online I do. The sexually satisfied woman. That is my topic all the time. And that is one of the reasons I want to shed more light on this, that if that man look down that woman, is that woman happy? Because menopause will not in any way stop you from your sexual activities.
Are you saying that you reach your menopause, that should not be a yardstick for you to have sex? Is that what you're saying?
No,
the moment I hear the word menopause, what comes to my mind is, oh my, did you sex or Jenny?
See, body, the way our body reacts is so different.
Okay.
You understand? Okay, like it works this way. When you are ovulating, when a woman is ovulating, you will realize one thing you notice that your urge for sex become more active. You want to have sex. You become, to look at whenever you see your man, if you are you want to grab your man and all of that. And at this point, the menopause is the age that we need to understand. It doesn't last for more than 6 months. Because immediately your menstruation stop, you start having some feelings. It's just like pregnancy. Your hormone system, everything about your hormone system will change. So at that point, if you allow your man to, meet with you on regular basis, maybe it will correct itself. It's his body system. It will correct itself. And not all the time it be like making love, because, at times, some men, they want it all the time. They are Oliver Twist. They want to turn their wife around. And women, the way we react is that we don't really, not like me, not all the time. I might be in the house with my husband for 3 weeks. We are sleeping on the same bed. I might not even do as if he's there, because it's not all the time my body wants it. And I'm still within the range of giving birth. I can still give birth. You understand? So some women, is not deep down. If the man wants to look at it, that is not what is really happening to that woman. You understand? And once you get tired, a lot of women they will be sweating. At menopause stage, they will be sweating. Some women will just go hungry unnecessarily, and see if they want to get mad. So
yes, those are those symptoms. Don't suffer me pay. She gets mood swings all the time. So number one, you get it right. Okay. So the moment you stop menstruating, that means you are entering the menopause level. So it means if you are still menstruating, you cannot tell me you are close to your menopause because she menstruates. So if your wife is still menstruating and it doesn't feel like you have sex, that means you need to look down. Is my wife happy? Is she in the right mood? In mood for sex happy. That's what you're saying. But you go back menstruating, menopause.
And by the time menopause started, see, you are menstruating more. See, menopause bati bere kosi obìnrin tó bá máa wọ menopause age. Immediately tó bá ti wọ menopause kosi obìnrin yẹn náà wá máa làágùn. Yes, there's something they call body system, and your body system will react to it. It will definitely change. Your body system will react to it. Oh my God, of any malaria, it will look like a malaria symptom. Many different symptoms. You will be having slight headache, you get weak, and all that, and you'll be all sorts of things. Then you might have mood swing. Your husband might want to have sex with you, and you will be like, darling, I don't feel like doing it. You understand? Because if you are sick, even if you have common malaria, you don't want to get down. Because at that time, your body system is disorganized. You don't even get your system. So it's like that. But menopause did not attract. We have different reactions to menopause. There's some women that when they enter the menopause age, look at it. After the first 3 months of their menopause, then they will see their menstruation again. If they are the one that meet with their husband on regular basis, if you are not the Cora type, I mean, if you are not the, how do I put it? You just tell them at your husband or anything. Then you see their menstruation again. No. They are waiting. They are waiting to think like this. You notice regular basis. If you are not the Cora type of God.
Madam, that's better.
So when the way this body, the body is so different. Okay, I could remember when my mother entered menopause, this menopause of 18. Notice she had this blood pressure, as in she will tell you, I don't know the way my heart is beating. She'll be sweating. Like, oh, mommy, I think you need to see a doctor. And she said, I think I need to see a doctor. So luckily for her, the last one of the house is a doctor. So and she's a gynecologist. Auntie, sweat, And she said, I don't even know. She said, "Igba menstruation on last." And she said, for like 2-3 months, I've not seen it. You are menopause the year. How old are you now? I'm like 50 plus. Then, yes, you've entered menopause. The assistant now said, do you still have sex? You know, women, like mom, she just laugh at it like, what kind of question is that? Even if I'm having sex, do I need to come and tell you that I'm having sex? Won't you laugh at me as your sister? And he said, no, I need to know that you enter menopause now, you need to meet your husband on regular basis for you to normalize your hormones. You don't have to run for it is when you don't even want to do it. Make sure you put yourself in the mood. Put yourself in that erotic mood, you know. You put your husband in erotic mood. Make sure you guys have that bond together. Because the moment you are doing that to your husband, you are setting him to see another woman out there. Because women can keep their self for as long as they want to keep it. We have the power to control our hormones, but men don't really have power over their hormones. So the moment you are setting lines for your husband, then expect anything from your husband. So don't allow your hormone or your menopause level to set your husband, especially if it is husband that doesn't even look outside. If your husband said you want it, try to put yourself, or make your husband understand it that, oh, darling, I don't feel like having it, but I will manage. Let me have some chat, go into the bathroom, chat, put some nice fragrance, put yourself in the mood. Maybe orange juice help a lot. Orange juice, yes. Because our hormones, women, when you take orange juice, then you will see, when even at the sexual mood, when you take orange juice, then you feel relaxed. You feel relaxed. You can go for orange juice, maybe squeeze some lemon inside, and you just take it. Put on candle, off the lights, put yourself in the mood for your husband. By doing this, you will make him know that you have interest of doing it, even if your body is rejecting it.
Now, at the point, Tanwa Habs, do you know why I bring Tanwa Habs in? Because I know she's always talk about this on Habs, but why I'm bringing you in is this. When I was doing my research with this topic, I realized even on Google, after they tell you go see your doctor, at the last part, they will say herbs. Use herbs. Even on Google, like medical sites, they will recommend you to see your doctor, go for treatment, and they will now say, but they will say it will be expensive. I'm like, okay, that is why I want to bring Tanwa in. So after Madam tell us the lábẹ́ bó ṣe rí, no, lábẹ́ bó ṣe yẹ kó rí ni Madam sọ fún wa yìí sí. Tanwa bó ṣe gbà, ẹ mọ̀ pé méjì ni, how it should be and how you are doing with it. But do me a favor, by the time Madam Majeke round up, you are only talking to this woman, but the man does not be a joy in this life. How do I cope as a man?
Okay, you asking me now, okay, how can you cope? Is you need to understand your woman. If this woman has not been refusing you of sex or denying you of your assets, then you should understand her mood. You understand? You can as well cope. It's like when your woman is lying down on a hospital bed, your woman is sick. Then would you, because of that, maybe in 3 weeks or 1 month, your woman is going through one therapy or the other, then would you say because your woman is going through a therapy, then you start looking outside? And I want to bring in something here because I do singles and married talk show. Everybody know me on social media, Shola Kukri. Okay, now there's something they call marriage for better, for worse. Men should always learn that and always understand women too. That we should not be selfish to each other. You understand? So when your wife is going through maybe mental problem, because it's not mental problem.
Can menopause affect your mental health?
Very well. Why not? It can, because immediately a woman woman is nagging in the house, or you don't feel like, I've seen someone that when they are menstruating, they don't want to smell fish.
Mm.
When they are menstruating, they don't want to touch cold water. So we have thousands of millions of women like that, that when they enter menopause, it affects their mental brain. They begin to nag, they come around necessarily.
Mm.
But the moment you acknowledge that fact, then you now apply your own wisdom so that you won't hurt your family, you won't hurt your husband. Then you want to realize, okay, this is the problem. Okay, now I need to come. I think because it's a phrase. Phrase me, it will pass.
Mm. Mm.
So that man should understand. That man should understand. Please, I'm begging that man. You should understand with your woman at that period of time, because it's a phase that it will pass. I remember this. Let me say it before I leave this live video. I remember then, my mom cooked lemongrass, grape orange. Then there's something they call Igbo. I was born and brought up in the village. I'm a village girl.
I know Igbo now.
Yes, Igbo, grape orange, pineapple, pẹ̀lú ọsàn. Mom see me, my access in a pot. That is the therapy. My mommy saw it in a doctor book where there is no doctor.
Hmm.
Go and go to that book and read about menopause. When there is no doctor, my mom still have that book. You understand? So when you cook all this together, and by the time you take it, you even feel more relaxed. Your hormones will feel relaxed and all of that. So, there are many ways to be. So if you ask thousands of women how they manage this, they will tell you different options, and they will tell you different opinions. This is my take on this.
Okay, thank you, madam. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on board. Mo ti pa àwọn nǹkan tí mo lè lọ́dọ̀ yín lẹ̀ lẹ́ni sìn. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa. Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, ẹ jẹ́ n dákẹ́.
Emma manage because I want to hear what my sister has to say anyway, so that I can
Madam, let's hear you too. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you, Zaddy, for inviting me in here. It's an opportunity. I do not take it for granted. And so before I start, I am not a medical practitioner in any form anyways, but when it comes to herbs, as in, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, so but when it comes to herbs, I can say, what be missing any. Let me put it that way. Because there are certain things that I really understand even before I found myself in here. So let's go back to our topic that we are treating, which is menopause.
Okay.
I wish some of my customers or clients can call in and said, no, it actually has a treatment, but we need to open up. And I really appreciate the man that really opened up. That means he really loves his wife. That is when you can know that a man really loves their wife. When they are really searching for treatment to that kind of a situation. Now, I'm going to start like, we all know menopause. If we don't know menopause is it's like when your reproductive system is declining. When the hormones in your body systems that makes you like love to have intimacy with your man or with your man, when that hormones is going down. And in my previous videos, I think in my previous live videos with Mrs. Kogberegbe, I think I mentioned something like mutilation. So I related menopause to mutilation. Like many of us, when we were young, we were mutilated. Like one dabe funwa. And when
you understand.
Oh no, ni mo try to relate any.
Okay.
Like some women that are mutilated, they can really understand that. I would say they already have their own premenopause.
Okay.
because that is the way it is. Because I am mutilated. Like you won't even have interest in having sex, even if they pair you with a man in the same bed. You will not even if he touches you, it's gonna be like because your body is not even gonna move an inch. That is just the situation I see that menopause looks like. Because immediately you enter menopause starts now at the age of 35, 40. I have clients that talk to me, she's 30 something plus, and she's presently having the traces of menopause. For 4 months or 5 months now, she has not have a period.
Wow.
And all the signs of menopause is coming in early for her. That is what you're going through now as women. So yeah, you have some symptoms like vaginal dryness, like sleep disturbances. You won't be able to sleep, like hot flashes, and different kind of things that you won't even like have interest in having sex. You have pain. Because that hormones will just turn orí ẹni gbàgbàgbàrà pé ó fẹ́ tún ní mí lára nǹkan tó máa wá sí brain ẹ̀ nìyẹn. And that is what move you to like you just see mood swing and tó ti rẹ́rìn tẹ́lẹ̀ ó kàn máa dínú kúkúkú ni. It's the hormones in the system that is reducing because of the age that is causing it to me. And with the little knowledge I have in this my own agbo tiwa de tí mò ń ta. So, so how do we go about this thing as as women? So there are certain things that we need to do for ourselves, and like you have to like understand your body system. Understand that I'm in this situation, and the husband too, like, okay, in situation where we find ourselves, we need solution, right? Some people try to do maybe what we call hormone transplant for heat. Some people do hormone transplant here. But do you know after the hormone transplant? Yes.
That you
Some
have to
people
go
do.
through surgery to fix it?
Yeah, some people do it to stabilize their sex life. Some white people do it. So, and that is why sometimes we need to go through that's why I advise my own client that sometimes it's good to treat these things with herbs. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are certain herbs that actually work for these things. These are things.
Ẹ má bínú, ẹnìkan sọ pé a woman with PCOS. Kí ló ń jẹ́ PCOS? Ẹ má bínú o. PCOS, what's that? Only a woman with PCOS has the same sign of menopause. What is PCOS? Táwọn wá ẹ má sá lọ ní ọmọ ọkọ tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
I'm not knowing the question. I just want to understand the question the person is asking.
The person is saying a woman with PCOS has same sign of menopause. So what is PCOS?
Yeah, PCOS and menopause are related.
Okay, that's another. All these are for women, right?
Yes. They're like I think PCOS is like after menopause or something. It's also today another level.
Okay,
another
go
level.
on.
Okay, so in menopause, like my sister said the other time, if you treat yourself well, in menopause you can still have orgasms and you can still have a great sex with your man. But all these things are not really easy and ordinary to go by. That is why this comes in with the treatment of some herbs that I deal with. I know in medical, the advice is like you can have hormones, you can increase the hormones level to stabilize it. But many of them still talk about using herbs in treating such. Because they believe these things are things that herbs are things that can actually heal you naturally. You understand? And it's a process. and it works. You understand what I'm saying?
Now
So
wait. Emma Binu, you can't support you, Mrs. Kogwe, but here you are enlightened.
see,
So
follow.
I'm going to be coming in like, go back to the question about my berry. Now,
Yeah, that's it.
we have Dr. Adeoye on the line with us. He's a professional doctor, so he understands a lot about it. And I'm going to hear from you too, from the medical angle. But come, let me ask you this. Women with, like Jiki Joy is saying now, people with birth control, are you saying with birth control, you can quickly reach the menopause?
Is the question for me?
Let me hear you first, and I'm going to ask the doctor.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Because we've seen certain family planning that affect, like personally I have one that I did that really affected me to the extreme. So I think it's possible. Let me put it that way.
Doki, let me hear you, doctor.
Yeah, thank you for having me, sir. I just want to quickly run through the whole thing. If I can digress too much on the reason why we are actually here. This is about the man at the same time about the woman. The man wants to know how is he going to be, at least, if I cope with menopausal symptom. Bí àwọn madam kan sọ̀rọ̀ first tí wọ́n ṣe kọ́kọ́ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Menopause will always cause a lot of cyclical changes nínú obìnrin. A lot of things. But then we have the premenopausal stage, we have the menopausal stage, and the postmenopausal. So
actually pre.
Yes, there's there's menopausal, there's postmenopausal. So premenopausal at some point is just the preparation of the woman for the real menopausal stage.
That can last for 12 months.
Period yẹn máa ti máa wá, ó máa máa miss, ó máa máa padà wá, ó máa máa miss.
At what age?
It depends on the body chemistry. Anybody that
just give me a range.
Once you are in your early 40s to late 40s, you be something like that. And what depends how early TNE menstruate. Children of nowadays start menstruating at 12. Some of them start at 13. So you're sure that by the time people like that gets to 45, one read that signal of menopause, which is the premenopausal stage. Right? So
Doctor, we need question to continue. Does lack when you stop having urge for sex, is it part of the symptoms?
Well, there are hormones that actually control your sexual urge.
Okay.
And testosterone. During menopausal stage or at premenopausal stage, level of these hormones start dropping. Estrogen and progesterone especially. Estrogen sex drive. That estrogen during ovulation. That's the reason why women are always sexually active. Their libido is very high when they are ovulating. That's the best way to get pregnant because estrogen will push them to have sex. Then when they get pregnant, progesterone hormone will be the one that will help to protect the pregnancy and push it to viability. But unfortunately, tó bá ti ń súnmọ́ time menopause, estrogen will drop, progesterone might drop. So any cyclical changes don't ṣẹlẹ̀ every month, shedding of the endometrial lining, uterus, because all these things that we are seeing, eggs go to our mature, ondro the sperm to my fertilizer. Tí ò bá ti sí, then ó máa shed away. We see the white discharge, then we see the real blood. So the point is that tó bá ti di time menopause, àwọn nǹkan tó ń regulate gbogbo monthly changes yìí, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí drop. That is when you start noticing that the woman is already feeling cranky.
Which is the hot flashes,
The hot flashes will come. She's always not feeling too good. She's sweating. She doesn't have the urge for sex because the hormone that pushes her to have sex, hormone yet it drop, which is the estrogen and progesterone hormone. It drop drastically. So there's something that we call serotonin. It's also an hormone. It's a neurotransmitter to send the, let me say, it sends happy mood. It sends like to make you happy generally. But then that serotonin hormone works with the sexual hormones, especially in women. So once those sexual hormones drop, the level of serotonin hormone drops. Then the woman starts feeling unhappy. You understand? So if you Google serotonin, it will tell you completely that if you have a higher level of serotonin, your tendency of feeling happy is very high. But if it drops, you can't feel happy. But unfortunately, during the reduction in hormones, serotonin level might drop.
Let me know. I have my
You understand? Serotonin level might drop. Drop. That is where problems start. So coming back to the man now, he needs to understand that there is always a point, there's always a time in the life of women that this thing that you've been enjoying when she was 25, 30 is going to drop. We can't remain young forever. You understand? So, and bọ́lọ̀ ń dẹ̀ ṣe nìyẹn kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ bọ́lọ̀ ń fà. Bọ́lọ̀ ń ṣe ti dá obìnrin tẹ̀ nìyẹn. So, understanding no matter, and that is the reason why sessions like this is actually very, very important, whereby men needs to know. A lot of people don't know. People like us might know basically because of the fact that we are in the medical profession or we have people in the medical profession that can give us insight into it, right? But I won't come and talk more. Take, for example, a slum in Nigeria. Take, for example, someone who is completely illiterate at 45, 50, still trying to have sex with a wife who is already menopausal. Let's understand. So, at the end of the day, there is going to be problem. When that time comes, you should still do this, you should still do that. Put on candle, do. If a woman is not happy, she's not happy. And this is not about something that she can actually control. It's a hormone. Hormone alone regulates the mood. Yeah? So, patriarchy alone cause the Africans to make their wife to still come and lay with them in bed, basically because of the fact that that is what she's supposed to do. But do you even think about our own body? Our body doesn't want it. Why do you have to make her do it? So, they all rule the whole world. I mean, they rule the African continent. So they believe that you have to do it regardless. No. Understanding of that point, sometimes it lasts
understanding.
Like sometimes 6 months, sometimes 1 year. Tell me, only lasts very long. Tell me, only le ma pe.
Doctor, wait. Doctor, MIT law. _homo. I'm not going to share on Instagram. I'm going to share it on Otuba's Tele on YouTube to go and watch there. We have only first in Doc, don't go. Until to ẹsẹ wọlé yìí, mo rí pé yìí ti mú pen mú bọ̀. Táwa, you are saying that you have a remedy that is herb. Is it possible, Doc? So possible?
Well, as an African man, in all honesty, I'm not going to rubbish about medicine. We were taught about medicine, right? So, Timba sọ wípé kò possible. That means pé mo try láti rubbish about medicine. Then I'm not going to keep promoting about medicine at the same time. So I would rather remain indifferent. But trust me, of course, we've had series of issues out there in Nigeria, especially during community medicine and the likes. And boom, the person feels good. Chet, you understand?
Okay.
So,
Madam to mu pen insàlẹ̀ yẹn, ó yá mo fún yín ní 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. Èmi ni mo bring about the PCOS of a thing. Mo sọ pé menopause is also same thing like PCOS.
Okay.
And I'm also a victim of PCOS. And according to my doctor, Then I was like, ṣé mo ti wọ menopause at early 30 ni? So it was like, no, it's not like pé mo ti wà on menopause, pé I'm battling with PCOS. That it also has the same signs, the same let me say signs with menopause, because you will stop seeing your menstruation, and then the this nagging stuff of a thing you surely be there. Swing mood, usually, yes, not one bit, because it was so hectic to manage that PCOS. So the ẹni tí dáàdi wa tán sọ pé báwo lòun ṣe fẹ́ manage menopause symptoms, at least let me put my husband in his own shoe too, because with my PCOS status, as a woman tó wà nílé ọkọ, my husband understand pé, okay, this is what I'm battling with, and we are trying to get out of it. The way he manage me, as an understanding man, you need to know your wife before present situations. I'm not the type before. The PCOS of a thing comes up. So you understand, I understand me. I wasn't the same person now with the other Tomo Mitele. So he tried to understand me. There's a changes in me, which is not so bring changes in. So I think there should be an understanding
So
between the man
after your
and the
husband
woman.
understand what now happens, he waits until you are in the mood.
Okay,
Okay.
but let me quickly come in there. Polycystic ovarian syndrome can happen to any woman of reproductive age. It doesn't have
Reproductive age.
Yes.
Yes.
Woman of reproductive. Once you're sexually active, you are liable to have PCOS. Polycystic ovarian syndrome cyst ni, and it's just okoma take over gbogbo uterus ni, just like all these cells. I want ẹran tó kàn block the uterus. So at that point, obìnrin yẹn ò ní lè menstruate because the endometrial lining tó ń shed off every month, cyst ti take over. Tó bá kàn tẹ̀ wá manage láti menstruate, you will only continue having sex. The tendency of getting pregnant is low because tó bá lóyún, àwọn cysts yẹn máa fún gbogbo, wọ́n máa fún ọmọ yẹn, wọ́n máa fún pa ni. You understand? So once you are in the reproductive age, you can have PCOS. It all depends on your body. But then, people and diet, we work together. So diet, while growing up, contributes a lot to what we are going to eventually face when we start growing old. The same way the only problem is just that títobìnrin pọ̀ jù, ọkùnrin worst case scenario à ń mu sugar, worst case scenario à ń mu beer, àdàgbà tán gbogbo diabetes, hypertension are setting. But nítobìnrin, there are some women tó jẹ́ pé nígbà táwọn wà kékeré, their diet makes them to have higher libido. University of Calabar ni mo ti graduate. We realize that people from that side eat a lot of unripe plantain. Unfortunately, research has shown that unripe plantain is an aphrodisiac. It's a confirmed research. So people there tend to have more sexual urge than emotion. So one way or the other, body chemistry might definitely change. So when the menopause sets in, the way the woman here, bó ṣe máa eventually react, ó máa yàtọ̀ sí bí woman B bó ṣe máa react. I have a mother who is already 60 years old. I was with her through the time of her menopause, and I can tell you completely, her home was one of the smoothest I've ever seen in my life. You understand? But that doesn't mean that's how it's going to happen to every other woman out there. Again, so that is where the understanding of the man, because I don't want us to leave that apart now. We can educate
somebody said maybe that is why men cheat.
No.
The moment their woman can't do it anymore.
I'm a man. When a man wants to cheat, be the most beautiful woman in this world, he will cheat. So let's not start thinking about the fact that menopause, only mood swing. That's the reason why I want to go and cheat. At that point, when your wife is actually menopausal. Even you yourself, you're already 50-something years now. What are we talking about? Menopause will share almost 25. Apart from people that have fibroid, apart from people that have PCOS, apart from people that have
But he said they are both in their early 40s,
exactly.
45, 44.
So at that point, so he should know that, okay, this condition never happened to my wife 20 years ago. This condition.
So he should understand as they go, Abi.
Exactly, because it's a natural thing. Menopause.
Pause. Doctor, pause. You're going to kill me. Dr. Tanwa, let's go. Now, if he is saying medically, but you are saying there are some traditional herbs that works.
Stop me. Choice. Menopause must.
Everybody must set in. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I wanted to say that I think he's trying to say that. That what he's trying to say is that menopause must surely set in. We cannot avoid it. So far we are getting age, it will definitely set in.
Exactly.
Okay, go on. Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay, so thank you, doctor, for that. I see I have my pen. I've been jotting since. Thank you so much for that enlightenment. So what are we saying about the husband? I would say he needs to, like, first thing thought he by asking question, by requesting for help. He really tried about that. And second thing is that for now, to help the woman, I think they should talk to each other. They should pay attention to her, at least, because like doctor said the other time, what's in shaking that tele. So all those memories, they can still talk about it. And when it is time to go into action, maybe one can running, we are interested for some seconds or for some time. Of course, vaginal dryness, man sharp, like, is the most difficult because even the husband will not enjoy it. They will not, enjoy it. Which is number one thing with the little knowledge I as in experience tí mo ní o tó jẹ́ pé ó máa ń kọ́kọ́ setting dryness yẹn ni ó kàn máa dá ní bí ìgbà kan fálọ́ọ̀mù pa nǹkan ó kàn máa á kàn dá náà ni. So with that, for now, it can be like helping her using some lubricants. If I thought they want to go into have intimacy, lubricants, I think that's also help too. But there is this fruit, everybody can Google it. It is called Gorontula syrup. It is called Gorontula fruit. You see, this fruit is very helpful. You can get it anywhere. Just make sure you're getting the right one, not the man-made one. Ètò jáde láti oko gangan tí kì í ṣe àwọn tí wọ́n ti fi chemical pa, because we know ourselves in Nigeria now. So this fruit is very, very useful. It's very, very, it's okay when it comes to things like this. Mama so far àwọn tó máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé even at our age like this, we shouldn't wait till we enter that stage. Sometimes a lè sún síwájú with what we eat, with our food intake, like the doctor said. We a lè sún ọjọ́ yẹn, menopause yẹn, a sì lè sún síwájú díẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tá bá ń jẹ. You understand?
Pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tá ń jẹ. Okay, go on.
Yes, which is what make me talk about the Gorontula, because it's a fruit. It's a fruit that you can actually do yourself. You can peel it yourself. You can get the stuff in there and you can lick it. You understand what I mean? And these fruits actually make you increase libido, especially for women. And one thing, if you Google it very well, you will see that it also works for men too. No, I'm just saying it that it's not
because his life is here with us. He's listening to everything you're saying. To you.
No, come on, no. We are at so remedies in what money láti help. We're just helping out now, like for the wife.
The only
food
remedy you
intake.
you guys have provided for the man is to understand.
It needs
Yeah, I want you to understand that is the only thing we can do because kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní stage yìí. You need to understand that if at all they want to have intimacy, wọ́n dẹ̀ rí i pé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn dry. The only thing they can use is to go for what do I call it the other time?
lubricant.
Lubricants. Thank you, sir. That's the only thing because tí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan bá dry, àwọn go then you enjoy.
Yeah.
So
But you
bad
see
if you
this.
enjoy a leg, kò sí ẹni fẹ́ attempt here more.
Yes, àwọn náà later tó bá yá àwọn gan ó máa wọn ò ní interest mọ́, and that is why when you read it now, so many divorces happening even because of menopause. Go and Google it. We have 60% of divorce now due to menopause. And so a lè sún ọjọ́ ìsíwájú with what we eat. We have some fruits that we can eat. That is why Google is our friend. Kò kàn ṣe ká kàn gbé fóònù dání ká kàn máa ṣe gbé bohùn ká máa dá sí nǹkan tí ó kàn wá lórí Instagram. Mo máa ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn tí ẹ náà ń bẹ lára ẹ. That little thing, all you need to do is to just type a sentence on Google. Ó máa fún ẹ. Ó kódà ó tún máa sọ fún ẹ pé benefit and the advantage and disadvantage. Can I use this? And if you are confused, ask your doctor. That is why they are there for us. Even though many of them will still tell you you can use art.
Yeah, right.
You understand? But you Google it, check what you can use. So in a nutshell, let me say it, the fruits, tell me how she understand for now, it's Gorontula.
Are you?
And it's
You are in Atlanta, right? Do you sell it?
I'm in the city of, yeah, I'm in Atlanta, yeah.
And what you have is not chemically produced. They are not chemically planted. They are from the village.
They are from the village, from northern state.
If you want to be part of this life, just request to join us live. I really want to hear from other people. I want to know. Now, doctor, I'm not because is because you are advising us from the medical angle. She's advising us from the health angle. Because now, now is that has that been medically proven, or medically? Has that been proven by your client that okay,
Well,
are you talking to me?
Both of you.
That particular statement, though, just like I mentioned the other time, diet wa ó kàn lè determine bí àwọn symptoms yẹn bá ṣe máa react táwọn symptoms yẹn nígbà tó bá set. Diet wa ní while growing up is what determines how those symptoms will eventually come. Bóyá ó máa wà bearable àbí kò ní wà bearable. But trust me, when the set time is here, at 43, 44, 45, you are going to go into premenopausal stage. There's nothing you can do to it. But diet,
if you are a pastor, you are listening to me, or you are a spiritual person, and a couple brought this kind of situation to you, you are telling them to go and fast and praise, you are a wicked person.
Don't let us go into that.
I've heard of people saying, I'm discuss it, but I want daddy need to pray. We want to pray for 5 days, pray for 3 days, you need medical attention.
Yeah, so just like before Koto I push further. I wanted to say something about the woman because we've been talking about how the man could cope, and I wanted to give a very good and salient point, which is acceptable with everyone, right? But on the woman's side, Nigeria, there are a lot of things that actually were extremely backwards. Get you understand? So if you live in the United States, Canada, or wherever, they will tell you to get hormone replacement therapy. It works.
I said that.
Get you understand? Some vagina patch, some pills and the like. It could work to replace the progesterone and the estrogen tó low. Ẹ̀wọ̀n pé mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé àwọn hormone méjèèjì yẹn drop nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ kí menopause setting nìyẹn. But then, if hormone replacement therapy is not going to work for you, then you can always do some other things like just get a diary, write down whatever gives you hot flashes. That thing is psychological. It's not obìnrin ò kàn lè dédé jí kókò dédé máa ṣe bí wèrè síyàn. You understand? That hormone ni even ọkùnrin fún rẹ̀ gan, we have our downtime sometimes too. Pé gbogbo náà síyàn takọ máa ṣe bá, I just want to be alone. So at that point, that's where the serotonin issue comes in. So obìnrin lè try gbogbo best there, but ẹ jẹ́ ká kàn understand àwọn ọkùnrin Africa àti Nigeria ní láti understand. You cannot, because of the fact that you are the man of the house and your woman is passing through menopausal symptoms, and then you still want to lay with her. Please, every man needs to understand it. I need láti sọ sí ọpọlọ àwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n ní ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà nú orí wọn. They stop it. You need to understand that this woman is passing through this particular stage. It's not going to kill you. Because the truth of the matter is, you go out there to see her side chick because your woman is passing through menopausal stage. That your side chick. Ó sì máa padà ní menopause náà later. That's the point. So what is not the problem? So when you leave that one, you go on another person over and over again. It doesn't make any sense because most of the time, these symptoms don't last too long. 6 months, 1 year.
12 months.
Then you can always start doing, and just like she said, using lubricants and the likes. It's okay. So only question about mo written compare pé ṣé fibroid àti PCOS ṣé kankan náà ni wọ́n. I'm sorry, they are not the same. PCOS actually blocks the ovary. Fibroid is going to take more. It's going to take more of the uterus. But PCOS blocks the ovary from, ovary loma release the egg. So those fertilized eggs now, they don't grow into viability. So at the end of the day, there's no fertilized egg. This sperm mama to ma lo fertilize. Let the conception take place. So I just want to make that correction. So
okay, so there are so many messages I'm getting on my WhatsApp that's telling me, please don't stop this program. I'm learning. I just came back from work. I should be sleeping, but I can't sleep. Okay, later. I'm not going to post this. Please post on your. I'm not posting on my Instagram page. I'm going to if all of you can go to Otumba's Tele and subscribe now, that's a plus to me. Now, like if you're live now, you have any question, you want, go ahead and type your question. If you want to join live, let me know. Just request, I will pick you. In fact, I want to hear from more people to ask questions now. Now, you have told us just one seed. As now you have I want you to talk from a lady's angle now. Because advice here, but you are the only woman here in the house. I'm going to ask you. Even when your husband understands, as a woman, what are the things you need to do to make your husband to cope? Because now you are just throwing this at him. Do you want him to just accept like that? What are the things you want? What are the things a woman can do to make her husband to transit to, oh, you know what? I really boom in the but you cannot just expect him to just accept. You will be addicted to mojo. So as a woman, what are the things you think a woman who is getting to that stage or that symptoms, what are the things they need to do to help her husband to blend in?
Okay, so I would say seeking help.
Okay.
It's good to seek help. like when I started, and I was trying to relate menopause to mutilation, that I was mutilated, it was like it got to a point I seek help. Because auto stage kan mi gan wò pé bí n pé mò ń ṣe kà, like I feel guilty, like ó dà pé kà ní mí. So that was when I decided, I started talking to people. I actually had a what they call, went to the hospital, and then the only advice they gave me, I used it that time, and that was what eventually took me down lane to the same heart, which eventually it works for me. And I am talking like 2008 till date. Yes. So so that's the only thing I would say, that she needs to seek help, and she needs to like love the husband the more. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, she needs to watch and what she eats. Some food intake, no man jẹ́ kí èèyàn wà lubricated down there as a woman, naturally.
Give us some. Tell us some. Ẹ má bínú pa fẹ́ gbèrè lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Don't worry. After this program, I am not paying the doctor. I am not paying Herbs, Tanwa Herbs. They are just friend of this brand. Gbemaj, thank you so much. Gbemaj, not Ravage, 8 cents in here, 80 cents. Gbemaj, love you. Thank you. Now, you can reach out to these people after this program and ask them questions. Ask them what they can do to help you with. I would love them to, because all what you guys are telling us, for instance, a medical doctor, insurance, everything you just told us now. So insurance, right? So the madam, if they come to you too, they will pay for consultation and they will buy your products. So I'm privileged that you guys are here. Thank you so much.
I really don't have.
There is a 55-year-old woman who is saying, please, I want to know. I want to keep my husband.
So I don't have problems saying what the little that I know. You understand what I mean? So, but I would say, how it is gonna be back home, forgetting to eat this stuff. But I believe salmon is a very good source of food intake, especially
salmon fish, right?
Fish. Yes, salmon fish, and then eggs,
vitamins.
Yes, and then yes, thank you. Salmon, eggs, broccoli is very good, even though people don't like to eat it. But this stage that we heard, that's why some doctor give advice that you should eat more fruits, basically, because we know what it does in our body system. And that would make me to even refer to what doctor said the other time, that some of the food we take when we were young really have some, on our reproductive system, on our hormones. Because bá a ṣe ṣe ń sọ iná àṣírí àwọn 60, 70 tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè fi kíní ìṣeré, àwọn òde lórí méjì. You understand what I'm saying? Wọ́n á sì lè sọ pé wọ́n lórí méjì nítorí pé nǹkan tó ń jẹ ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan táwa ń jẹ. A lè sọ pé hormones kan náà la ní, bọ̀ báwọn ṣe ń nurture hormones tiwọn ó yàtọ̀ sí bí wọ́n ṣe ń nurture hormones tiẹ̀.
Then
you understand what I'm saying?
You are making sense.
So,
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Okay, so I've talked about salmon, I've talked about eggs, I've talked about, I'm going to talk about yogurt, I've talked about broccoli. Most of those things are good for the system. They are supposed to be a daily intake, especially at this stage. You understand what I'm saying? They're supposed to be daily intake. You have berries. That balance store, we see all these things that are not expensive. Oh, Baleradi, Target, Lossi Walmart, Lossi Adi, oh cheap umbe, oh affordable. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, who can help me again?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Really? So
okay, now, on a personal note, try as much as possible to narrow anything. I try as much as possible to narrow it down to Nigeria.
To what?
Nigeria, because this is not about United States, Canada, or UK alone. We have a lot of people in Nigeria that are passing through so many problems. Americans, all those things,
Yeah.
there's something, yogurt, $1, $2, not that, but on one Nigeria. So we need to take the economy of the country into consideration whenever we are actually, giving out those things. Lè fi ìyàwó senator, ìyàwó House of Rep honorable àbí ìyàwó chairman local government. Kẹ́ẹ̀fì wẹ́ ló jẹ́ pé látàárọ̀ dalẹ́ oko bákí ló wà.
Àbọ̀kadà ló ń wà.
Àbọ̀kadà lọkùnrin gùn throughout. Those people, by the time táwọn méjèèjì, if you do, there's what they call cohort study. Cohort study for people like that, you will realize that irú ìyàwó honorable House of Assembly tó ń bá wọ menopause walk over máa jẹ́ fún irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, unlike ẹni tó jẹ́ pé oko gàrí oko ẹ̀wà òun ló wà látàárọ̀ dalẹ́. Difference yẹn máa wà ń bẹ̀ with diet àti economy, financial situation of each and every one of us. Ibi tó ti come in here, these things actually have a lot of effect on every one of us. So
for people in Nigeria, what do they take? Just fruits generally, corn.
Exactly. And because like
they should eat more of vegetables too. It's so
so those things will definitely help. But anything lówó tó máa fi jẹun lọ́sàn yìí, ṣóun ló máa sọ pé òun fẹ́ jẹ extra èso torí menopause. A kàn máa ní láti máa gbàdúrà k'Ọlọ́run máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ni. The country is really a mess, and it's really, really telling on public health of that country. On public health, a lot of people.
Now, I'm trying to round up now. Is by 12 on the dot or by 11:30, I might just round up. But I want us to pick something out. Most people won't text me. I won't come live. Can't fojú pé mo ti wo menopause wò ó. Àwọn kan text mi bí. Come on, fojú menopause wò ó. They come live. One text question. You see, àwọn kan mi tó tún bá wa fà á nìyẹn o. We don't want to speak out.
Exactly. And we need to start speaking out.
Like, fojú pé mo ti wo menopause wò mí.
We need to start speaking out. That's the only solution. That's why we can help ourselves. Exactly. We need to start speaking out. Let's speak out. Let's say it out. Only thing about it, at least it's halfway stopped. Like the lesson we're learning today. Now everybody is learning. I'm not going to lie. I'm learning. See my notes in my prompts. I learn every day. We have to I mean, women, I'm just begging you. Go ahead, Otumba, with your question that you want to ask.
So now, the problem, see, I know your various problem, Lele. What are those symptoms? And you made dilemma, so at a but I want us to now list it. Because don't look out for symptoms for menopause. Start looking out for those pre-menopause stage. Prepare your mind is coming. So what are those things you need to look out for? Okay, or let me start from here. At what age you go back as a man? Obìnrin ti mọ̀ pé òun máa wọ̀, ọkùnrin nìkan ni òun wọ menopause. Àbọ̀kùnrin máa wọ menopause ni. Okay, ọkùnrin wọ menopause. But the problem is, as a married man, the moment your wife is menopausal, tiẹ̀ náà ti bá ẹ nìyẹn.
Ẹ̀yin náà ti wọ menopause nìyẹn.
Right? So either you're a man or you're a woman, good job. So let me go there. At what age should you begin to get as a man now? At what age ni kò ti máa múra sílẹ̀ pé ìyàwó mi ti wọ jọ́dọ̀ bá ti ṣe 48th birthday ìyàwó ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní prepare mind pé something is about to happen. Now, what are the symptoms of pre-menopause?
Okay.
Pre-menopause now.
Let me start from there. One thing is that once obìnrin bá ti wà ní 40 and above, the early stage, early 40s, there's something that premenopausal stage. Of course, we have to consider the fact that ṣé obìnrin yẹn before that age yẹn ní kankan pẹ̀lú menstruation ẹ̀. You understand? Like the period comes regularly. But there will definitely be a time once you hit 40 and above, ó máa cease. Ó lè wà ní month yìí, ó máa wà ní 3 months. You understand? Once obìnrin bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, obìnrin tó ti ń ṣe for years tí ò ní stoppage kankan, ó bí gbogbo ọmọ ẹ̀ successfully and like tó bọ̀ ó ti wá hit 40, right after 40 years, ó wá realize pé one way or the other, ó ti ń ṣe ṣégeṣége. That kind of person will start preparing that there will definitely be a time tí kìíní máa sá lọ tí ò ní padà. People start at 40, people start at 42. But truth of the matter is, once you hit 40, start getting prepared for it.
Expect at any time.
Ọkùnrin at that point, òun náà ní láti ní lọ́pọlọ pé mo ti ṣe birthday 40 fún ìyàwó mi. Tendency pé gbogbo bá ṣe ń ṣera wa kó tó pé 40 lójoojúmọ́ nínú kitchen àti bedroom, ó máa drop. He needs to start preparing for it. Then gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti sọ sẹ́yìn, that understanding needs to start coming. So ó ní àtòkèrè ló lójú jíjìn ọkùnrin yẹn, òun ló ti
láti máa mẹ́kún ẹ̀ sùn.
pé tó bá ti parí party 40th birthday ìyàwó ẹ̀, kò ti mọ̀ pé problem lẹ̀fẹ̀ ń fà ó ń bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Alẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn kò ṣe dáadáa.
Kò ṣe dáadáa. So to understand the bá ti wá coming, then the woman herself, because kò ń ṣe gbogbo obìnrin gan ló ní idea this thing. Not man even have an idea. At that point, wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ hospital. A ti ní kó máa ṣe, doctor ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ female hormone profile. A ti ní kó lọ máa ya abdominopelvic scan. A ti ní kó lọ máa ya scan of uterus and stuff like that. But then they need to give it some time, because ìyẹn gan lásán ó máa put psychological burden léru ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí. Because at the end of the day, kò ń ṣépè. By the time tó bá ṣe female hormone profile, estrogen ẹ̀ máa low, progesterone ẹ̀ máa low. Àwa dàbẹ̀ ni pé wàhálà ni o, kìnnìkan. But the understanding is that this could be actually a menopausal stage. So it is normal for my estrogen level and my progesterone level to be low. So coming to the United States or other advanced countries, those things might be easily understandable. But back then in Nigeria, ó le díẹ̀. Let's understand, ó le láti really tackle. So we might not be able to be specific about the age, but trust me, let's just use 40 as our confidence point to start preparing ourselves. So that time, kò ní mind pé òun máa ní mood swing. I don't want to lash this out on my husband. Pé ìgbà mi wà tí òun máa ní láti máa sweat even nígbà tí tó bá wà on. Okay, I understand this is the situation. Ìgbà mi wà tó ẹ kó kàn máa kanra unnecessarily. Ó ní láti máa wò pé okay, nǹkan tó ń really fà lélẹ̀. Ìgbà mi wà tó kọ́ máa fọwọ́ kan tá gbàdánù pé get out. Ọkọ náà ní láti máa understand pé nǹkan tó ń fà. But the truth is this, they need to sit down as ọkọ àti ìyàwó láti ní conversation. That would actually walk a long way too. So
now, Wahabs, I want you to pick it up from there and tell us those signs to expect for pre now. Because about the more pre, my prepare for the menopausal stage. But somebody asks now that does birth control, what about does birth control, birth control yẹn ṣó máa tètè jẹ́ kí menopause dé ni? Mo ní question bí méjì bí tí mo fẹ́ bèrè lẹ́yìn yẹn tán send sí bí o, but ẹ kọ́ bá mi handle yẹn náà. Does birth control herbs now, herbs, give me that answer first.
Okay, so with the best of my knowledge, sometimes it does. It does affect the way we react to our partners, especially when it comes to sex. Okay, so back to, for the family planning stuff. So now back to the pre-menopausal signs. There are times that obìnrin tó bá mọ̀ wípé tẹ́lẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ẹ tó fọwọ́ kàn ẹ́ wàá ti ara ẹ á ti like ara á ti dìde wàá ti gbà pé èmi gan ti ready. But tó bá ti ń tó stage tó jẹ́ wípé ó ti ń di pé tó bá fọwọ́ kàn ẹ́ á dàbí pé you are just is irritating you. You understand? That is one of the signs. And another thing is vagina dryness. More before maybe you have intimacy and then kò ní láti ṣe púpọ̀ before you get wet, but when it's come to this tó ti ń di pé ó ti ṣe ó ti fọwọ́ kan gbogbo ibi tó yẹ kó fọwọ́ kàn kò jọ pé ó fẹ́ tiẹ̀ wet rárá. That is another sign. Sleeplessness, like sometimes we might have insomnia, and then that is also one of the symptoms that we should look at for when it comes to things like that. And then sometimes we have loss of libido, no interest at all. I just don't want to do it. It's one of the it's one of the signs too. Hot flashes, they've said that so many times. I think hot flashes come out start sweating on the light. I think that is the first things that first but I know it's very common in people even
to tí ó sọ fún mi pé òun kàn realize pé òun kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ẹni tọkàn bá sọ òun kàn máa ń jágbe mọ́ bí pé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. She's a respectful wife. At the time, later, why don't like I can take our decision bí òun kàn lè sọ pé bóyá a fẹ́ lọ party lọ́la o jẹ́ ká lọ òun máa pọ̀ jù wọ́n kàn sọ pé I'm not going. Ọlọ́kan máa wò pé ṣé o kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Did you receive any call? Did I do something wrong? I just plan party all through. O de jí olóòlọ́mọ́. O de lọ náà nìyẹn kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe sí you can go. Wọ́n á wò pé mi wò pé o sọ pé Ọlọ́run ti fẹ́ máa rí sí attack nígbà yìí pé wọ́n ti bá mi attack woman yìí láti Nàìjíríà pé wà ó kàn wù wá gan òun ò fẹ́ sọ pé gángan at the time òun kàn wò pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan kí ló ń ṣe é. So
and sometimes no, okay.
Go on. So my question is, those drastic, unnecessary decisions, is this part of a hormonal change too?
Yeah, for someone.
Sometimes, especially when you're sorry, doctor, especially when it is that stage, we might say it is. Truth be told. So sometimes, no, irregular menstruation or daily is one of the signs to watch out for. But I think doctor mentioned that earlier. We need to watch out for it. And sometimes anxiety and depression too, they can be some of the signs that we need to watch out for, especially when we see that we are in that age or we are in that menopausal age. Yeah.
Doctor, go ahead.
So at that point, that is where we say the understanding of the man would eventually come in. And that's where we say conversation is now extremely important. So the person will not just okay, ìyàwó mi ti ń rebel against me. Because at the end of the day, nǹkan tó máa dà nìyẹn. Rebel against me, I'm afẹjọ́ ẹ̀sùn bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀ pé ọmọ yín ṣe bákan. Forgetting that age ló ń tell lórí ẹ̀. Premenopausal or menopausal stage ló ń cause it. So men need to know that once these things start setting in, we need to sit down and talk about it. Yes, men need to sit down and talk about it.
And because of way I cry unnecessarily.
Because sometimes I can flashback pé èmi náà lélẹ̀ ìyá. 7, 28, 29. Myself and my husband were, enjoying everything. I'm now having emotional downgrade. I can't do what I used to do. So people would say life starts at 40. Life doesn't start at 40, as far as I'm concerned, especially when menopause is setting in at that point. You see, life starts one because those things that you used to enjoy, you no longer enjoy them. Oh, my peresima diminish me. It also too early. Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ kúkú ó bímọ títí tó fi kú ni là. Bẹ̀yàn mélòó nínú àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló lè sọ pé àwọn máa lóyún ní 68, 68, 70. Ṣé ti understand?
Now, the question that somebody is asking me, when you understand it, torí tó bá understand it, the question is wrong. Only should he wait for as long as it takes for the woman to get out of it? Hello? You are not getting, Madam is not getting out of it.
Well,
only then how many months are we talking about? Madam, kò sí months in there.
Àwọn symptoms yẹn lè drop. Ìgbà tó setting, ó máa wà at its peak. Nagging, hot flashes, sweating, insomnia, name it. Ó máa wà at its peak. Tó yẹ pé kò tẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ tó lè sọ. But then, as time goes on, sometimes 6 months, 7 to 8 months, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí drop. Because at that time, the menopausal stage mama take full effect on the woman. So body ma bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí adjust, àwọn hormones yẹn náà wọ́n ti máa adjust. So once the acclimatization about to take place, the level then you have to react, ó máa drop. So in 6 months to a year, the weight oscillation is the past 6 months, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí reduce. Understanding mama one, then both of them can now, continue to readjust up until the menopause will now take full shape. Then they can continue doing what they used to do. At that point, it been madam put up using lubricants, using this, using that. Òun ló máa wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí setting. Táwọn méjèèjì dé màmá ẹ̀ jẹ́ ara wọn lọ. Bàbá mi àti ìyá mi wọ́n Nàìjíríà wọn ṣe fàájì wọn. My mother is 60, my dad is 70. But then obviously I'm ṣe fàájì wọn lọ sí. Because my mother had already passed that stage of nagging and the like. So they still keep doing. But within that first period of 6 months to a year, my heart, well, I can tell you the symptoms will continue to drop.
Now, I think this person did what you guys are talking about earlier. This person said, hormone replacement is worse. It made my case worse. That means any issue, hormonal replacement,
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
But yet, go help, only make it worse.
Just like
and that would be expensive too.
Body chemistry
is different.
Body chemistry is never the same. So,
Doctor Nibola Tujasibayi, I am depressed already. Me, I don't want menopause, so I won't chop my hobby till I'm 80.
So body chemistry that me, even as younger people, low piritin, tan low Nigeria ke lo ke fi sun fodidi ọjọ́ méjì. Ẹlòmíì á lò kò ní sí nǹkan tí mo máa ṣe. Depends on the receptors.
It doesn't work for me.
Exactly. Because tá lo oògùn, only receptors, àwọn enzymes tó máa accept oògùn yẹn nínú system wa. So there are some people that doesn't have enough of those receptors or enzymes to máa bind pẹ̀lú active ingredient oògùn tẹ́lò. Tí ó bá dẹ̀ ti bind pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, ó ti tán. Ó kàn máa dàbí ẹ̀ pé kàn mú mi lásán ni. So that one is an extreme pharmacology, so we shouldn't go there.
Okay. Don't take us there. Now, let me ask you this question again. And like I said earlier, if you want, I just have on my end, I see over 50 people. I don't know how many people you're seeing on your end, but those 50 people, they refuse to go. They are just learning. They don't want to talk. Now, my question is this. Somebody is asking that. Now that I know that my wife is now menopausal, she's at that age, is it advisable for us to now begin to plan our sex life? Like, can we have a calendar date? Like, prepare your mind, prepare your hormone, talk to yourself like on 3rd Sunday of every month, you want to be doing it, or every last Sunday of the month, or every Sunday, or twice in a month. Can we maybe ọkọ mi fẹ́ gbọ́n mi, is it going to help the system, or we should just make it spontaneous? Because if it's spontaneous, does that mean the husband has to be watching out? Yeah, ìgbà wo nínú ẹ̀dùn, ìgbà wo nínú ẹ̀dùn, ìgbà wo ló wà in the mood? Or ṣé ká jọ agree pé wo every last Sunday of the month gbáradì o, bàbá yín fẹ́ débẹ̀. What do you think?
ẹ káwọn madam kọ́kọ́ dáhùn obìnrin làwọn. The work there,
So I would say pé kò possible.
Kò lè work.
Because kò lè work. Because you never know when the mood is going to set in. You never know when tí mood swing tó kàn máa di pé mi ṣe kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún mi. Okay, tó bá yẹ pé ti plan ẹ̀ pé okay a fẹ́ ṣe lọ́la. Tó wá jẹ́ pé ọ̀la gan náà ni mood wá dé tó di pé no. Ọ̀tọ̀ yẹ pé ọ̀la yẹn gan náà ni like hot flash, as in you're just not feeling comfortable to have it. So I don't think the planning is going to work. The only thing I can advise is for both couples to pay attention to each other's needs. And at this stage of pre-menopause, they should talk to each other the best. They should use lubricants. They should try and do some of the, research and do like the advice the doctor has given to us today, and some of the things they can Google on internet, and like they should try and work towards having a good food intake, and at the same time talk to each other, pay attention to each other, and they should just talk it out. At that stage of from 6 months to 12 months, it will soon pass.
Yeah, conversation.
That's the only thing I can say.
Conversation is very, very important. So having it spontaneously is actually the best to me, because one way or the other, just like she rightly said, mood change. Hormone like me. So release of the hormones could actually take place in either positive or negative way at that point. But then, if there is good conversation, men might not really have a mood like of not having sex. If the woman is willing, ọkùnrin will definitely blow through.
Sure.
Exactly.
To me, tóbìnrin yẹn tó bá understand rẹ̀, kò gbọ́dọ̀ sí tìjú ńbẹ̀. So tó ń bá feel pé yes, I'm actually in good mood today. Ó máa mọ̀ now. Ó máa definitely mọ̀ pé ó wà in good mood. So ó lè jọjọ́ ẹ ló kàn máa dédé bóyá sitting room ní bóyá anywhere ni. Tó bá dẹ̀ ọkọ gan máa pé kí la rí lẹ́nu. So that makes it more sweeter because it's spontaneous. So me, I think a larger job of menopausal stage lies on the woman. Whenever she knows that she is in that good mood, she should go for it, because she never can say the next 3 weeks system here is shut down again. So
exactly.
That is she more, because ọkùnrin ó máa definitely, let's understand.
Alaye máa gbéra anytime.
Ó máa gbéra.
Now, I'm trying to round up by exactly 12. I tún ti gba ṣe MC, àbọ̀dọ̀ má ṣe MC anyway. I want to leave by 12, but let me ask you 2 questions. One is for Madam, one is for the doctor. There is a question that Madam is asking you, that does birth control gain weight? Doctor, my answer here. Madam, my own question is this. So we know as a husband, there's nothing you can do. You just have to manage with Madam. What are those things that Madam needs to do to help Uncle? As in, what can you do? Like you said, at the time, you are feeling that where you're going to feel a jokoyami. So, do you just want him to just accept? What are those things you need to do? I don't know how to ask him, like, show you got to
yeah, and doctor has already mentioned one of the answers, like he already mentioned it. And when I was in that kind of situation, being mutilated, were interested, I seek help. I actually go for medical help. They gave what they can give to me, and at the same time, I seek for herb help. And I said, Ó náà ni mo help ẹ náà ni. Ṣebí tí
Ara
mo
yín
bá
lẹ
wà ní
help
good shape
jọ.
náà ni màá. Ṣebí tí mo bá wà ní good kidney náà ni mo máa help ẹ. I understand. And then the same. Okay, let's back to reality now. Doctor has mentioned it earlier. To help this man, like mo ti ń fìyà jẹ jù. When you are in the mood,
Just go.
one more. That's the only help you
Má
can do. And
dúró
you
kó
guys
béèrè.
Yeah.
talk it together. Ká má dẹ̀ fayọ̀ fọ́ pé torí pé mo kúkú ti wà menopause tó ti mọ̀ pé mo máa ń yí lórí lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ká wá fira wa permanently sí yí lórí situation to put more petrol in the fire. No, we shouldn't do that. That is the best time to love the most. That is the best time to, like, at least if we are in a good mood, that is the best time to show him that we really love the person, our
Ẹnìkan sọ
husband.
pé mò ń béèrè question yẹn continuously. Ṣé tí mo ní ní pé kí madam kó fún àwọn dádì ní head? Will that help too?
Well, if both of them are, if they doing it before, then
Yes.
if
Why not?
in oral sex before, then if the man could do it, pretty okay. The most important
It's
thing
okay.
is for the man to actually, by the time the battery release the ballet. So
Ara ti balẹ̀, ó ti tó.
if that's a better way for him to get that sorted out, then if the woman is ready, then she can do it. There's no
And she can do. That's it.
yeah. Then èèyàn kan sọ pé àwọn tí ò ti wọ menopause tí wọ́n ní sexual urge blah blah blah. Well, that's a different topic entirely because we have people like that. That is where the issue of genital mutilation and non-mutilation of genitals come in.
Yes.
Sometimes genital mutilation could get everything messed up. And sometimes some people have a low estrogen and progesterone, even at 25. That hormone that pushes you to have sex won't all low. But that's magic address the topic, so maybe some other time.
Okay, maybe we can plan that topic for some other time. That's good. So let me now put the question back to you. Like the person asked some minutes ago, like cannot we know birth control.
Obesity, right? Well, see, that particular question, I can tell you that it's a very sensitive one. The reason is this: in medicine, we always consider geographical area. Tebani particular topic, they will say, what is the prevalence of this particular medical condition in a particular geographical area? In Nigeria, èèyàn mélòó ló wà obese in the first place? Let's face the reality. But talk about United States, Canada, UK, and the European countries. Prevalence of obesity, only even people who don't even use birth control, they are naturally obese. We all know that. Check to understand point missing. So only few people would eventually turn to obese when they start using birth control pills, or maybe they use some intrauterine device in our own African country. Very few. The statistics is very low. But bringing it down to the Western world, based on Nijekuje, cheese, burger, and the likes, they have the natural tendency of becoming obese in the first place. So that tendency alone, push one into becoming more obese, depending on the type of birth control they use. Pills were intrauterine device, so I let on power. So we might not be able to say conclusively, but when you start taking birth control pills, you will be obese. If obesity is not a factor where you are from, your tendency of becoming obese, regardless of whether you take birth control or not, your tendency of becoming obese is still low. But if it is a determinant where you live, or maybe a generational thing, even if you don't use birth control, you will still be obese now. Check to understand point missing. So we might see any literature To come
correlative, okay.
So, way back then, when they started producing birth control pills, they realized that the birth control pills they had a larger than normal amount of its active ingredients. Ninu, but this time around, once you regulate that active ingredient, to my cause, okay, when you use it, you don't just go with maybe okay, obesity will just set in because of the fact that you are using birth control pills. The only thing they me call it so birth control pill is two things need, depending on how you use it or for how long you use it, it can have an effect on your menopausal symptom. Some people would eventually see it much more early because of the concentration of that. Because what birth control pills does is hormone automatically pregnancy and everything co-setting, drop it, break it. So that release of the hormone will definitely be cut short. So for you just realize that you start bleeding the second day or the third day after using it, especially most of these postinol or the other ones, Plan B, right? So even when you are not supposed to see your period, it causes it to come because flush away gbogbo uterus ni. Ṣé ti understand point me? So ẹni yẹn tó bá lò ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ, ó máa padà wá ní later effect lórí menopause. So concentration bá ṣe lò ló máa determine what the effects will be at that later time. But obesity and the use of that geographical location ló máa determine most of it. As far as I'm concerned, though, I might be wrong, and I'm subjected to criticism too.
Lẹ́yìn atótónu ẹ̀yin agbẹjọ́rò méjèèjì dájọ́ mi. I want to say thank you to both of you. Thank you for Bàtí mo bẹ̀ sí ní ṣe research lórí tọ́pìkì ìlànà àtẹni yẹn tó lọ sí DM mi. I'm happy the person is here, is listening to us. Èmi náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kàwé menopause mi bẹ́ẹ̀ mò ń sọ fún ìyàwó mi á fà báwo ló ṣe pè ṣé inú máa bí ẹ ṣáà ọ̀nà kan ṣé òun máa mú ẹ.
Ẹ má ẹ kẹ́rù báyìí Ọ̀túnba.
Gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mò ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé torí béèyàn bá jẹ́ Ọ̀túnba àwọn nǹkan wà tá a jẹ sí àti pé at 100 a sì gbọ́dọ̀ máa dé bẹ̀.
Ògùn pọ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ Ògùn pọ̀.
So, but jokes apart, thank you guys for coming on board. I appreciate you. You have really helped. Haliabi, Awaya Ghana, you are coming in late. I don't know if it's going to be different from your own end, Awaya Ghana. But if you want to ask anything that has to do with all these apps, you can ask the Tanwa apps after the show. Please go to our DM. Ask her, ìpolówó ọjà tó yẹ kí n san òun ló ti ń san fún mi tó yẹ kí n gbà ló ti ń san fún mi báyìí for being on the program, for enlightening people about this menopause thing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Go to our DM.
You're welcome, sir.
Ask her all those questions. She has some products too that can help. Ọlọ́run tó bá explain fún yín ẹ̀rí ti yín bẹ̀. Dr. Ade, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Àbúrò tó ṣú ọ̀ ní Ọlọ́run ìṣòro nígbà lọ́wọ́ mi. I'm learning from you every time we talk together. I always want to learn something from you. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ tán. Màmá Ghana tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé, ẹ̀yin ò ṣáà tí wọ menopause.
Mo ti wọ menopause láti 9 years ago.
Kí ló rí mà? Ẹni pé.
9 years ago mo ti wà menopausal.
Báwo lẹ ṣe wá ń dọ́gbọ́n sí o?
Hormonal supplement wà dáadáa. Herbs wà lóríṣiríṣi. Because for instance, èmi wọ́n sọ fún mi, doctor sọ fún mi side effects. Menopause, wọ́n sọ fún mi nǹkan tó yẹ ká retí, wọ́n sọ fún mi nǹkan tó yẹ ká expect. So I was even thinking that it was going to be a normal thing, pé kò sí big deal. But after I had low sex libido tẹ́lẹ̀, it went to 0 and negative. Yeah. So my body just turned to wood. As a matter of fact, I can stay 1 year, 2 years, forever. I can stay forever and not remember that there should be intimacy.
Wow. 1 year.
Yeah. So I was, yeah. So I was told that don't understand.
I was about to say that at this point, were you married?
Oh yes, after my third child.
So what is your
2013.
explanation? How is it coping?
If you understand the course, so okay, prior that I had hormonal imbalance all true. So the negative 0. So we had to boost. I had to help myself. I was on hormonal supplement, but I think the natural herbs, in Africa. That's why when I saw my sister, I was just smiling. Natural herbs, I prefer it to the drugs, the foreign drugs. It worked faster and it helped. And it was more like just adding something to your food, not like you're taking medicine. It's like adding, extra bits of vitamins and supplements to your food. So when there's no libido at all, you do all that to push it, to start it, to jumpstart it, to sustain it, to finish it, whatever.
And it's working for you now, right?
Yeah, the herbs work for me, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was having I was having depression. I had tendency to be depressed. I had tendency to be angry more often. Momani mood swing. Sharp. I can be happy 1 minute for no reason and be down 1 minute for no reason, for no just cause. My emotions me were affected. I became more sensitive. I cry a lot for no reason. Yeah, and there were just too many symptoms. So like getting tired easily, adding weight in odd places, especially adding weight in the mid region. It was later when I started experiencing all of this accumulated. Then when there's stress, it tends to worsen. When there's stress, all these anger experiences and the mood swing tends to worsen when there's stress. And my sugar intake, I think as much as I used to be like, okay, then diet and everything, after menopause, I increased my sugar intake. I discovered that when I take sugar, like sugary things and everything, it just keeps me high and helps to keep my system bubbling. So I don't abstain from any kind of sugar. I just noticed that works for me. When I'm like getting down and sinking and low spirit and everything, I know the cause, because it's not like there's any external factor that is causing it. I know it's my hormones. I know that I have to deal with the imbalance that has that has set off. And in my own case, I had hysterectomy, which is the removal of my uterus, the removal of my womb. So that also, and it was complete hysterectomy. I guess the doctor in the house will know. It's not partial, it's complete, where everything that has to do with reproductive system is taken off. So it kind of like dried me up and like turned me into stick or wood or whatever, but I'm managing it. But for the anger part and the mood swing, I think what we did then was like, both of us saw the gynecologist. It's not a woman's headache. It's for the couple to be educated, to know how to go about it. Ọkọ láti mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, tí bá kọra mú ẹ láì nídìí, ó láti mọ ibi tó ti ń bọ̀, ó láti mọ pé ìwọ kọ́ ló fà á, ó láti mọ pé kò ń ṣe intentions mi. Tí bá kọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa sunkún láì nídìí, you need to understand what I'm going through. You need to understand that is how my system is reacting. Sometimes I just turn to food. Sometimes it's food, because I have a friend too. Oúnjẹ ni tiẹ̀ yí sí. So when the body system changes, it sets to food. So own journey you see. So we had a setup. There was a setup of several gynae who met with women who were menopausal, and they educated us, told us what to expect. As for obesity, it's an individual thing. It's not a general thing. You might have tendency to be slim. You might have tendency to add weight, and you might be obese. So you face it individually, depending on the aspect that you're dealing with. But when it comes to mood swing, fluctuations, hot flashes, kamale sunlale, insomnia, and all of that, I dealt with it. I'm still dealing with it. I sleep, I get some sleep during the day. I'm awake all night. If you call me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m., I'll pick my phone. I'm awake. I can't sleep. So I'm seated. So that's it. So Toba Sheba Onikaluku, it's good to see a professional. It's good to see the right person. It's good to go with your husband so that you get educated. Or why is she like this? You know, so that's basically it.
Thank you so much. Respect to the women.
Respect, yes. Respect to you ladies. To women.
Thank you.
You guys are going through a lot in the course of giving us kids, or you go through pregnancy wahala. You are going through all this. Our kuni owo nikan la n rowo. Tá bá ti ọmọ kan tó bá tún yìdí kọjá, kò sí nǹkan tá ń rò mọ́. Wow. Yes, you guys are gods. You're gods. You're gods. So if you're a man, you're in the house, you just need to see your wife as that God you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to her. What is she going through? How can you help? What can you do? Come on, doctor, go through anything. Ṣé wàá mọ nǹkan tó ń dùn mí jù? Àwọn tá a kàwé nìkan la understand. Mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wò pé woman tó ń ta àmàlà ní Nàìjíríà, àbí tó ń ta pure water, àbí yẹlẹ tó ń ta ẹja. Túnjí kòkò kàwé ó kàn rí aláìsí pé ara kan kàn òun ọkọ èdè pé ó ya wèrè ni mo ní kó bọ́ síbí fún mi ìjẹ́wọ́ wèrè gan. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ explain fún pé.
That's where community outreach comes in. But
unfortunately, community outreach now I understand that but you don't understand that woman behind the last 6 months. Do you know that some married women rape, and to them it's like, it's what I need to do as a wife. Like, I can't say no to my husband. And to me, like, men should now begin to understand that when she says no, is no. Don't try to solve what they say now. They say, they bossy. There.
Yeah, Sherry, law, the law of the land, the tradition of the land. Those are the two things. And religion, the law, the tradition, and religion is what keeps women, especially in Africa, to keep suffering from something like that. In America, even if you're legally married, if your wife doesn't want to have sex, she doesn't want to have sex. If you force her,
it's no.
Go to jail. But in Nigeria, you are my wife. Muslim Price said you must be there anytime I want sex. Who says she wants sex, for crying out loud? But then, it's a family matter. So that problem, that community outreach, not until when we get to the point where everybody, regardless of your level of education, you know some things, at least a little, about yourself, about your body, about your system, both men and women. I'm going to continue láti máa wà ní situation yẹn ni. Just like you rightly said, pé ẹni tó tẹja lọ́jà, tó ti kúrò Bódìjà, tó ń lọ ságbéni, ọkọ̀ ẹ̀ ọ̀kadà lọ gbogbo Ìbàdàn, ó padà dé lálẹ́, ó ti mú pọkìríyàn lóríta, ó délé lálẹ́, ó lọ fáyà. Ìyàwó sọ pé rárá, òun ní mood. Ìjà bẹ̀rẹ̀, kó gbájú fún, kó gbogbo ẹ̀ fún, á force ẹ̀. That kind of
ìyàwó kan ò tiẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó débi ìjà because I wò pé ta ló fẹ́ bóun gbọ́ that I'm telling my husband I don't want to do. So I wò wá ṣe yẹn.
That psychological abuse alone is
psychological abuse.
Cause more problems at that menopausal stage. So depression bá wá setting, I need depression setting. Because depression is one of the major things that actually sets to just one factor during menopause, because the spouse was never understanding. Religion, patriarchy, and everything. I'm sorry to say, but that's the country we find ourselves. So not until the government, intentional effort could be possible in Nigeria and saying, because America, and even a 15, 16-year-old girl, there are some level of understanding that they have about sexuality. Not about only one school, internet, and so some things. There is a only program called Planned Parenthood and the like. Any young girl of 15, 16 could walk into Planned Parenthood and talk to people over there. But in Nigeria, a lot of sex education and the likes are missing. So people don't even know what they are into. Expect at that age.
At that age.
That's the level at which community medicine is so backward. In 2022, here is still in 1940. It's as simple as that. Although I'm not sure.
Now, I want to say thank you to both of you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
Glad Goddess, you are late. Now let me round up so that I can just go. Like I said, if you want to know more, you want to ask Tanwa Herbs, whatever you want to use, please go to our inbox. Ask us so many questions. You have some. I'm going to expect all that one.
Yes, you don't need to wait though.
So we go to our inbox, ask us so many questions, ask us so many things you want to know. Nobody's forcing you. It's for you to hear, compare information, give it a try. If it works for you, congratulations. If it doesn't work, you can stop. So you don't have to go by whatever but I know when we are doing something for a while, you know a lot. She has talked to so many people. She has listened to so many people, and she has helped some people too. So, most of you have the doctor's handle too. You can go to his DM, ask him so many questions. I can vouch for him. And now let me round up for today. Can you share the handle of your timeline, Otumba? Can you share their handle? Tanwa, please put your handle, please. You can tap your handle. I will pin it. And so Dipe, I've made your day. Go and subscribe to Otumba's Telly and let me know I made your day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Tanwa Herbs, please. Okay, let me pin that. Okay, that's at Tanwa Herbs. Go there, please. You can go to our DM and talk to her. Now let me round up. Tanwa, is there anything you want to say to us, or I can just round up now?
Yeah, so I would round it up. I'm not rounding it up, but I will advise women again that we should try and speak up. Most of those things we can solve it by mere speaking up. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká tijú mọ́ level táyé dancing. And if we are experiencing such with our husband, with our couples, let's try to sit down and sort it out. Let's seek for advice. Let's pay attention to each other. Let's do it spontaneously so that we can keep the love activated. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Now, let me round up for today. But before I round up, let me say this. Thank you for you guys coming on my page. Don't forget, I'm going to share this video on Otumba Sterling. You can watch the whole video. It's a pity I still don't know how to download with comments, because all these comments alone, they are also informative. I don't want to just because of making my record the screen in me. Don't record the screen in me. Me now. If you know how I can go about it to record, so that all these comments, Joyfield, you are late, we are rounding up. All these comments, people can also read and learn from it. On a final note, thank you so much for coming on this show. I appreciate you. I'm supposed to go till 1 or 2 p.m., but I have an MC today I have to do and attend to. I'm sorry, come on, follow up me. I have to go for the MC job. If you have learned something today, please go to Otumba Sterling and subscribe. Our target is it's iPhone screen recording. Oh, ṣé àwọn tó bá ń lo iPhone nìkan náà lè record. Ẹ má bínú, Samsung ni mò ń lò. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán bú mi, àwọn kan tí ń bú mi kí n ra iPhone. Mo ní mi ò like iPhone. Ṣé mi ní lọ́wọ́ iPhone rà by force báyìí? Ẹni tó bá ní iPhone tí ó lò wọ́n, ẹ send ẹ̀ sí mi. Kí n kọ́kọ́ test run tí n bá like ẹ̀, màá wá dá padà fún yín. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní iPhone tẹ́ ìlú mọ́ tẹ́ sọ síbì kan, ẹ send ẹ̀ sí mi, màá fi test run. Tí n bá ti test ẹ̀ tí n bá rí pé òótọ́ dẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ o, màá wá dá padà fún yín. Tó ti yé yín sìn. Samsung lèmi náà ń lò, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, ohun tí mi ṣe lè. Samsung is the best. Samsung, ẹ má ká polówó fún Samsung bọ̀ fún mi lówó. But wọ́n sọ ń sìn pé tí n bá fẹ́ máa save screen so that it continue, all these things all make sense, so that when people are watching, they also watch the comment, because the comment too is a lot. People are learning. Immediately, I want to type to understand, to like. So you can use Samsung too. Call me, be motivation, Black Goddess. I just after our program. Hi me, just so by the Samsung. Let's be work. Now let me round this up. For the guy, the question, you know, how do I cope? I'm using iPhone. I don't know how to record. Shame on me. God bless you. Bye. If I look over and say for the Samsung. Now let me say this: if you are the husband that you begin to notice, you are already noticing that your wife is experiencing premenopausal stage. All you need to do is to sit her down, talk about it. That's another thing. Denial. Menopause, don't deny it. You need to begin to study yourself. You don't even have that urge. There's something is wrong. Then I also understand something, that the first step you need to know is when your menstruation is stable, something is wrong. If you are still menstruating, or possible menopause might is setting. But the moment menstruation eating stable, then something is wrong. Sit your husband down, babe. Noticing, don't be shy about it. Your husband will not be mad about it. I hope your husband is that husband who understands you. Did you marry your friend? You must marry your friend. Marry, discuss worship or my God, my Lord. You will not be able to have that kind of a conversation with him. But if your husband is your babe, your wife is your baby bawoni, those are the kind of people that can have that kind of conversation of the baby. Begin to go to your doctor. Your doctor can advise you on what to do, how to go about it, what to expect. Now, as a wife, you still need to sit your husband down. What can you help your husband? Because sometimes when talk about talk about use more sometimes. At times they are ready, ready. Psychologically, okay. To my affect how but the point is, you guys should talk about it, discuss it. Husband, you should be ready to help your wife to go through the process. The moment your wife come at this stage menopause, kò ń ṣe pé kò ń ṣe àìsàn àbí àrùn tó fẹ́ lọ o, tó bá ti dé ó ti dé nìyẹn o, wọ́n fẹ́ máa manage ẹ̀ ní o, kò ṣe pé bóyá tó bá ti wá ó ti lọ, ó ti dé nìyẹn. You just have to manage it. If there are hormonal kí ló ń pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan yìí náà tí hali sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo ti gbàgbé, like supplement, yes, hormonal supplements, you can get it, but whatever decision you want to make medically, talk to your doctor. Don't just go to Google and Google something and start using. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní side effect. So talk to your doctor. Your doctor will do some medical checks on you to know what is good for your system. Don't just go to Google and type and start using it. I know of a man who I used to work with, very chubby man. All of a sudden, after the sick. Later on, I was ẹnìkan ló ta nǹkan fún tó kọ́ ló Google ẹ̀ ṣe test go to your doctor. All this is, we need to consider this too. Madam, you need to help your husband psychologically. You need to let him know, babe, work with me, help me out. Do you know that when you are at your menopausal page, it does not stop cuddling? You can cuddle your husband. And it will fi sex for a month, or let's say for 2-3 weeks. Cuddle him. Like on Codway, but you understand that as somebody that back to back, he needs to lean to your side. He needs to understand what you're going through, because the caring husband. At the same time, he doesn't stop cuddling, doesn't stop he doesn't stop all those things. Doesn't stop you guys go on vacation, stay on this. It doesn't stop you guys swimming together. It doesn't stop you to sleep on his chest. All those things still make him feel, I love you, I want to do it. I'm waiting for that time. Dancing for you, too bad for this. Call your husband, play with him, have good conversation. Yes, at the moment, swing the hot flashes. Because you have carried your husband along, they will understand. At that point, play game only phone and all that. So be ready to carry your husband along. Be ready to help your wife too, so that a méjèèjì kò ní dìjà, ẹ̀yin méjèèjì kò ní di pé mo fẹ́ divorce. Now listen to me, ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin. I understand there's tendency for you to cheat at that point. Yes. Ìgbà yẹn lè máa rí ọ̀rẹ́ yìí kan tẹ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sexting àbí kí náà ń pè, the one your old friend or your clinic just tètè jára ẹ kó tó ṣìnà. Mo understand, I know how it dey go. Ó máa ṣìnà tó bá ti di pé ẹni takókú yílù gan kò yílù wá. Ìgbà yẹn ló máa rántí pé bébí tó ṣàyà yẹn kíní kan yẹn a máa tẹ́làsì ni o. Àwọn ọkùnrin máa ń tẹ́làsì lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ni o. Understand your wife, discuss with your wife. Ọlọ́run á ṣàánú wa. Tá máa sọ pé for better for worse, that's part of the worst, where you need to stay with your wife, understand her, work things through. Madam, carry your husband along. Ẹ má jẹ́ pé àlàyé máa kí ló máa ń pè ládùúgbò bá ti mú bàbá help bàbá. Ọlọ́run á gbà fún wa. This program has been sponsored by 2 people, Dodondawa Folashade Gold. Ó ń ṣe promo lọ́wọ́ ń sin summer promo. Go to our page, ask for Otunba's discount per gram. Ó máa fún yín discount. Ẹ lo gold o, investment ní kẹ́ save ẹ o. Smooth ride fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Naija, abẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Amẹ́ríkà tẹ́ fẹ́ travel ẹ̀ ní láti ship car lọ sí Naija mọ́. Ẹ contact Smooth Ride, àwọn customers ẹ ti pọ̀ gan, wọ́n dẹ̀ já mi sí, wọ́n jẹ́ kí n mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Ẹ lè yá yín mọ́tò, make any brand any year. Ó máa deliver fún yín, ẹ lè lò fún 1 month, ẹ lè lò fún 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ driver fún yín driver, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wà fúnra yín ó máa fílẹ̀ fún yín, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní tracker ẹ lè jí lọ, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló mọ bó ṣe ń lọ, insurance wà fún sọ́kàn ẹ balẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀ ní fẹ́ tẹ́ àbí ẹ̀gẹ́ tẹ̀ ní fẹ́ jí mọ́ ẹ̀mí ò tẹ̀, àwọn fans mi ò tẹ̀ ń ṣolè náà. Gbogbo yín lẹ get. So contact Smooth Ride. If you also want to lodge in an apartment, 4-bedroom apartment in the mainland, Smooth Ride, they can also supply you that, security, everything. One bed, and need hotel, 4-bed. I think it's 80,000 per night. Can you go cheap? 4 rooms, everything inclusive, kitchen. You can call to yourself. So go to my page, Yomitila. Please go to my page. You will see a Smooth Ride advert on my page. And these are the people that are really supporting me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Abigail, you miss our movies. You can also go to Mr. and Mrs. Kogberegbe TV on YouTube. Mr. and Mrs. Kogberegbe TV on YouTube. All our new season, ibẹ̀ ló wà. Àwọn season kan wà ńbẹ̀ gan Africa Magic gan ò tí ì show. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọ̀ṣàrà. Go to Mr. and Mrs. Kogberegbe TV and watch. You don't need to go to Africa Magic. On your phone, you can watch it. Africa Magic will soon start showing the new seasons. We also have a lot for you this year. Thank you guys for joining on this show today. I appreciate you. I love you. I will see you guys next week Saturday. If you have something you want people to advise you, only create a fake account. Go to my DM. Benny, you don't need to tell me. I don't need to know you. All these issues I'm discussing, I don't know them. Anonymously, you don't need to call me. Just drop your message. Tell me and go. I will come to you, ask you some questions to be sure you are not just forming a story for me. Me, I'm not doing this for followers. I'm doing it because I want people to learn and because I want to help somebody. That is why I call this program Half Solved. It means tobacco do see tobacco you see tobacco when you but at the to feta our advice when you are alone, you will think about what to do and we pray that God will stand by you. Ẹ̀yin pastor àtẹ̀yin ìfá imam táwọn èèyàn bá ti gbọ́rọ̀ yìí wá bá yín ọ̀rọ̀ menopause ẹ má sọ fún wọn kán pray. I don't see any reason why any pastor cannot just make this kind of medical issues a sermon. You don't need to always talk about tithes, about heaven every day. Àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó yẹ pé your congregation they are going through. Make it a sermon. Bring in medical practitioners to come to your church on a Sunday. Ẹ má shuffling gan join yẹn lè shuffling after our training yẹn. Gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ni àwẹ̀ àtàdúrà. People need to understand. People need to learn. There are some things that are happening now that are not in the Bible. Though I'm not trying to be blasphemous now. There are some things that are happening now that are not in the Bible, that there is no solution for it in the Bible. That they don't do there are some things that are going on. Seek help, seek advice, see a psychologist, see somebody who will talk to you about it, see your doctor. Let people tell you their experience. That is what this show is all about. Experience. What is shemiri? Be mo she share. Wrong, madam. You know all those things. That is what this show is all about. My name is Otunba Kogberegbe. And thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to post this on Otunba's Telly for you to watch. I will put a snippet on my page for you to know where to go to. I love you guys. And I will see you guys next week Saturday. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in Dallas, 4 p.m. in Nigeria. Nice. Yes, I'll see you guys next Saturday. Oh yeah, nice. When you nice has been. Nice has been. Gbogbo yín tẹ comment lẹ́nu ni mo appreciate ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o bá dọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ máa sórí yín. Ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Don't forget I told you can go to my page on your YouTube, subscribe to Otunba's Telly on YouTube. You can also follow Mr. and Miss Kogberegbe on YouTube. We have enough followers so that you can still subscribe more or to watch other videos, both new and old episode of Mr. and Miss Kogberegbe. Have you seen my new content? That video was okay. We are recorded a lot of episodes. It's going to be out soon. Don't forget to watch. That video was okay. These are comedy with senses. Satire comedy, not just comedy. Comedy to make sense. Eba. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining me on the program today. I will see you guys next week Saturday. Am I back? Yeah. No problem.